Hello again. Today we're going to be looking at the examples in the notes, and you're going to fill them out in the notes packet that I've provided for you. The first example is talking about naming lines and planes. So this example goes with the vocabulary words lines and planes. So in this problem, they want us to use the figure to name a line containing point K. So remember, one of the stipulations of being a line is it must contain at least 2 points. So anytime we name a line, remember we have to use the correct notation. So that notation would mean that we're going to put a short arrow line with arrows in both directions, and then we just need to use the letter K. So in this case, I could say JK. I could also say KJ. I could also say, using a different letter, let's say KL. Also, what would work would be LK. And then we also could use point M. So again, we could say KM. We could also say MK. So you are then going to look at part B, and it says use the figure to name a plane containing point L. So again, the stipulation for planes, planes need to have 3 points, non-collinear. Again, what that means is you're going to have 3 points not on the same line. So if we have to use L, we could say, you have to use the word plane again, and then we would say KLM, or any version of that, plane MKL. We could also use some of the other letters. We could use JKM, or any variation of that. So when it asks you to just use the figure to name a plane, you just need to come up with one. I've shown you many examples. So this is a check your progress, and so you are going to pause the video and answer the questions, and then I will come back together with you and we'll go over the answers. So use the figure to name a line containing point X. Again, there's lots of possibilities. For this one, to name X would be XY. We could use line XQ. We could use XZ, ZX. Any of those would work. Also, the next one, part B, use the figure to name a plane containing point Z. Again, you have the option just to use the word plane and then a script or a cursive. You also can use 3 letters, and again, just remember they're not on the same line. So X, Y, Z, if that we have to have containing point Z, or any variation of them. So this gets a little tricky because we wanted to name the geometric shape. So if I were to try to draw out the shape of a patio would be this shape. And so if we're trying to name a geometric name for that, that would be a plane. Geometric shape for a button on a table. So if we had a table here and we have the legs coming down, and then we just have a little button on there, the geometric shape represented by that would be a point. So this one is for you to try, and then we'll go over the answers. Geometric shape by a colored dot on a map. So here we would have a map, a little point, and the answer would be a point. Geometric shape by the ceiling, that would be a plane. So in the next example, we're going to ask you to draw. So I wasn't able to fix this yet in the notes, but it should look like this. So it says draw and label a figure for the following situation. Plane R, which we have this shape right here, this blue shape, contains line AB and DE, which intersect at point P. So we want to draw and label that. So if we drew, let's make this line AB, and we are going to draw a line DE, and we intersect at point P. That's that point there. Add a point on the plane so that it is non-collinear with any of those points. So we would just label it off to the side and call that point C. So in your homework, you're going to be asked to do some of these things for the first homework example. So we're going to be done with the examples for today, and then we'll go on to this next lesson Thursday.